Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the RNGIDP channel. I'm Craig. Tonight we've got an interesting matchup. We start game day 13. And I'm happy to have you here, happy to have you watching. I appreciate you coming by the channel and giving me a chance and giving me a look here on the RNGIDP channel. I've said it before, and hopefully you know by now, but these are randomized rosters from the 2015 set, and I've got a little season going here, mini short season, 28 games, 30 days, and one home and one away versus each team in the league. No interleague play, so it's about, I think it's actually turns out to be 420 total games that I'll be rolling, and we're in game day 13 of 30, so this should be fun. We're gonna continue playing tonight. We've got game day 13, and I changed the camera system up a little bit from the past few times, and so now I can't see my ballpark ratings, and so I'm gonna write them down here real quick just so I know without having to hunt for this piece of paper what they are. So this game will be played in Arizona, and so singles will be for left and right. They will be 11s, and home runs, and hopefully you guys can see this. Home runs will be 12 and 7. Okay, so that may be a little bit hard to see, but we'll go with it. Okay. We'll deal with that for now. And okay, so let's go through the lineups for the visiting Cincinnati Loudreds. They're 1-10 so far in the season, having a rough go of it. They've lost 7 in a row, a league worst 7 in a row. Last game they lost. It was a close game, 5-4, at Los Angeles. It was a tight game, but they did lose that one and lost their 7th in a row. So tonight they're looking to break that streak at Arizona. So this is how they will line up. First, you have Billy Hamilton, the switch hitter in center field. You've got Ichiro, the right fielder, in left. You know, I would think that those guys would have set the table a little bit better, but they haven't been getting on base very much. Neil Walker, the switch hitter, second base, hitting third. David Ortiz, the first baseman. Yeah, there's no DH in this league, so in the KL. In the AL, they're using the DH, but this one, David Ortiz just he's got to play first. The left-hander. Hitting fifth, David Freese, the third baseman. Catching, switch hitter, Blake Swihart. He's catching for the injured Travis d'Arnaud, who he's out for, in this league, it's going to be quite a while. That's 10 games, I think he's out still. Ruben Tejada is shortstop and hitting 7th. Jerry Sands is the left fielder. And we have 2 of the best hitting pitchers in this matchup, so that should be fun. We've got Tyson Ross, who is using the number 8 pitcher's hitting card. And there's, you know, a couple home runs on there, doubles, singles. That number 2 column is pretty good. And on the mound for Arizona at home will be Matt Harvey. So Matt Harvey is 1-1 with an ERA just over 1. So he's had a good start to the season. And I think we're about ready to get things started here. Hopefully this setup is a little bit easier on the eyes. You can see things a little bit better. and that you will enjoy. All right, here we go. Billy Hamilton takes the first pitch, and this is a 4-7. And Billy Hamilton, as he's done many times this season, strikes out for the first out. Ichiro. Ichiro comes up. The left-hander. Old man Ichiro, who still can hit, still can play, still can field, especially in the 2015 set. That's a 1-11. This was a ground out to the shortstop. The shortstop is Cliff Pennington, and he makes the play. 2 down. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully there's some new folks that drop in here and check out the channel. For some reason my internet is not having the greatest of time tonight, so hopefully you can see it. And that's a 1-8, so that's a good column for Neil Walker, but the only one that's not a hit on there is a grounder to second, and Brian Dozier scoops it up and makes the play. So that's the end of the top of the first inning. Cincinnati, their feeble offense, can't get anything started. Cincinnati has scored 30 runs so far this season. 30 runs in 11 games. It's not the greatest of output. They've given up 48 runs. Their pitching has not been able to help their hitting much. And Tyson Ross. Hey, you know what? Before we do this, I forgot to give the lineups. The lineup for the Arizona Arbok, the home team. Gregor Blanco is leading off, the lefty in left field. Paul Goldschmidt. Yeah, Paul Goldschmidt got randomized to be on Arizona. The first baseman hitting second. Brian Dozier, the second baseman, right-hander. Another right-hander, Logan Forsythe, hitting cleanup, at third base. Fifth in the lineup, another righty, Jorge Soler in right field. Tyler Flowers is doing the catching, hitting sixth. Sam Fold, the lefty, center fielder, hitting seventh. And Cliff Pennington doing the shortstop duties. And Matt Harvey, who's taken the mound and hits ninth. He's using pitcher's hitting card number 6. So he's a pretty good hitter as well. Both the pitchers are normal hitting power as well. And so Tyson Ross leads off to Gregor Blanco, and that's a 4-4, which is a center field X chance. And let me roll this die. And that is a 16. The center fielder is Billy Hamilton. We know is a pretty good fielder. He's a center field 1 ranged. And a 116 is a flyout. So Gregor Blanco flies out to Billy Hamilton out in center for the first out of the bottom of the first. Just getting started here. Cincinnati at Arizona. Arizona is 6-5 on the season. In their last game, were shut out against the equally putrid Colorado Reggie Rock, who are 3-9, and they lost 2-0 at Colorado. That was a tough loss for them. So 3-7, and Paul Goldschmidt gets to take a base. Tyson Ross didn't really want to deal with Paul Goldschmidt. And Goldschmidt is an A stealer. So let's check on the catcher, Blake Swihart. Blake Swihart is a +1 arm. So with an A stealer, that's a 1-15 roll. +1 from the catcher. That's 1-16. They are going to hold Goldschmidt. So that's a 1-14 chance that he would be able to steal that base. And Goldschmidt's going to take off for second. And it's a 19, so Swihart cuts him down, trying to steal. Goldschmidt getting aggressive, and it doesn't pay off. So Dozier now with nobody on base. That's a 6-6, and that's a ground ball shortstop A. So it would have been a double play ball anyway, but this inning ends quickly off a caught stealing and a grounder to shortstop. So that's the end of the first. No score. Oh, wrong pile. I almost put that in the wrong team. Tyson Ross goes back to the dugout. Matt Harvey comes back out to face David Ortiz. David Ortiz has been hot to start the season. This is a 3-10, and that's a grounder to first. First baseman Goldschmidt handles it himself, tosses it over to Harvey, and that's the first out. As I was saying, Ortiz has to be put in the lineup, even with his not very good fielding skills. Justin Bauer is on the bench, and he's a lefty too. So I keep trying to find ways to get both of them in the lineup, but they're both only carded for first, and I haven't been able to figure a way. So Bauer has been a glorified pinch hitter up until now. David Freese strikes out while I was talking. That's the second strikeout for Matt Harvey. And Blake Swihart made a nice play behind the dish, throwing out Paul Goldschmidt. And let's see here. Blake Swihart gets a hold of this one. It's a ballpark home run chance. And as we look at our rating up there, 1 to 12 is a home run. So let's see if Blake Swihart can make a home run. And no, he cannot. That will be a fly ball to right field. A lazy fly ball. No, he put a little bit of a charge in it, but not enough to get it out of here. Swihart almost was the hero there of that inning. Just couldn't do it. All right, Tyson Ross up here as we move to the bottom of the second. Logan Forsythe makes his way for his first at-bat, and he strikes out. So that is the first strikeout for Tyson Ross. And now the lineup gets a little bit easier for him to deal with. Arizona's got some good players at the top of the lineup, but as the lineup draws further down, it's a little bit easier. That's another strikeout, back-to-back strikeouts for Ross. And now Tyler Flowers looking to extend the inning. That's a 2, which looks good. 2-6. There's a home run chance. 1 to 7. Let's see if it has enough. And it's a 1, so he crushed that ball. Home run for Tyler Flowers. Not going to strike him out. Didn't fool him with that hanging pitch, and Flowers knocks this one out of here. Makes it a 1-0 game for the home Arizona Arbach. Sam Fuld now, the lefty, with 2 down, 3-7, and Tyson Ross has gotten a little rattled. Walks Sam Fuld after 2 straight strikeouts to open the inning. Cliff Pennington looking to clear the pitcher in the lineup. That's a 6-12, which is a ball hit right back to the pitcher. That's an X chance. The pitcher, Tyson Ross, is a number 4, and that's a 17. So that's going to go to his error. He's an error 30, which is not very good. So let's see here. 30 error for pitcher, and I rolled a 7. So 2 through 7 is an E1. So it's a 1-base error on Tyson Ross. And that'll move Fuld to second on the error. And Pennington is aboard. E1. Let's put a little E there. Okay. So now 2 men are on for the pitcher, which normally you would think is just an easy out. But Matt Harvey steps up, and he's a pretty decent hitter. So he's going to swing away and hack at it as hard as he can. That's a 110, or 111, excuse me, and that's a little weak grounder to third. David Freese is able to make the play, toss it over to Ortiz, and that is the 3rd out. But not before Arizona gets a solo home run from Tyler Flowers. And the catchers have become the story for this game so far. Swihart just missing a home run in the top half of the second after throwing out Paul Goldschmidt in the bottom of the first trying to steal. And now Tyler Flowers hitting a home run. So Matt Harvey now deals with the lead. He comes out in the top of the third and proceeds to strike out Ruben Tejada, the shortstop. That's Matt Harvey's third strikeout today, through 2 1/3. Jerry Sands now, the left fielder. It's a 1-7, and he strikes out as well. So back-to-back strikeouts. That didn't work out so well for Tyson Ross. So now the pitcher is up, and Tyson Ross is a pretty good hitter here. Let's see what he can do. This is a 5-10, and that is a single chance. That's a 1-11, and that is not going to do it. That will be a line out to the shortstop, Cliff Pennington. So L6, and quickly go the top of the third. Cincinnati, 3 quick outs, and they continue to be scoreless and struggling with that offense. Tyson Ross makes his way back out. Tyson Ross has he's struggled a little bit this season. Let me pull up his numbers to give you a hint here. Tyson Ross, before the game has started, gone 11 2/3 innings, 0-1 record, 14 hits, 7 earned runs, 12 strikeouts, and 4 walks. That equates to a 5.43 ERA and a WHIP of 1.55. So he'll come out here for the bottom of the third. The lineup starting over with Gregor Blanco leading off. He's a lefty. That's a 5-7. And there's a strikeout. Blanco now 0 for 2 on the day. He flew out to center field his first time up. Paul Goldschmidt walked and was caught stealing last time up. And that's a 4-2. That's a fly out to left field. The left fielder, Sands, makes the play. And it is the second out of the inning. Just getting started here. My name is Craig. This is the RNGIDP channel. We got 2 outs here. The bottom of the third. Brian Dozier up to the plate. It's a 6-6. And that's a ground out to shortstop. So that's a quick 1-2-3 inning for Tyson Ross. Just what he was looking for after giving up a homer the last time out. And this is a quick inning, and it's still 1-0. Arizona leads it. Game day 13 in the RNL randomized Nuz League, randomized rosters. So you never know what can happen here. This is a 4-5 to Billy Hamilton, and Hamilton, who struck out in his first at bat, strikes out again. And Matt Harvey has a nice game rolling here. It's 5 strikeouts so far. Ichiro makes his way. It's a 1-9, and that's a grounder to Brian Dozier, who tosses it over to the first baseman, Paul Goldschmidt, and that's the second out. Matt Harvey's feeling it. Almost dropped my die there. Neil Walker now, the switch hitter. That's a 5-10. 5-10 is a single chance for the lefty, and that's a 1-11. 1-11 is... that's a 13, and that will not do it. That's going to be a line out to his opposite second baseman, Dozier. So 1-2-3 again for Harvey. And down go the Loudreds in the fourth. Still no runs. It's 1-0. This game is going by quickly with good pitching. And this is Logan Forsythe, who struck out in his first at bat This is a 6-6. That one's out to the shortstop, Tejada. Tejada scoops it up, tosses over to Ortiz, and that is the first out. Jorge Soler. Soler was a strikeout victim to Tyson Ross in the second inning. This time, that one looks like it might be good, and that is a single to left field. So Soler is aboard with a solid single to left field. Jerry Sands scoops it up and tosses it back in. And Jorge Soler is on base for Tyler Flowers, the man who hit a bomb the last time up. Solo shot in the second. The only score of the game. It's 1-0 here in the fourth. And this is a 2, which is a good column for him again. But that is a grounder to third. The third baseman, David Freese, over to the second baseman, Walker over to Ortiz. And that is a 5-4-3 double play. And Ross works out of a solid single to get out of the inning. So that's the end of the fourth. Still 1-0. And as the innings go by, Cincinnati has to feel like they have a shot. Losers of 7 straight. Any sign of hope they can get is good. Matt Harvey dealing a gem here. That's a 3-3. That is a grounder to the first baseman, Goldschmidt. Goldschmidt is just going to take it himself with the lumbering David Ortiz down the line. And now David Freese is up. David Freese turned the double play in the last half inning with a 1-9, and that is a strikeout. So 2 strikeouts for Freese on the day. That's the 6th strikeout for Matt Harvey. And here we go. Blake Swihart just missed a home run his last time up to right field. Here we go again. 1-3. A 1-3 is out to left this time, but the left fielder, Gregor Blanco, makes the play, and that is the 3rd out of the inning. So Harvey continues to deal. Scoreless through 5 for him. 5 pretty easy innings, relatively easy innings. Sam Fold takes on Tyson Ross. Sam Fold walked his last time up. And this is a 3-8, which is a single chance, 1-4. Otherwise, the third baseman's going to take it, and he will. The third baseman, David Freese, comes up with the play, tosses it over to first, and that's the first out of the inning. Cliff Pennington. Cliff Pennington reached on an error by Ross. And now he steps up and just barely gets a piece of it, pops it up to the second baseman, Neil Walker, and that's the 2nd out. So here we are in the bottom of the 5th. Matt Harvey makes his approach. He grounded out to the 3rd his last time up. He's not worried about that, though. It's a 1-2. Is a fly ball left field B plus injury. Oh, no. So that's a fly out to left field for the 3rd out. However, the training staff has to go out and check on Matt Harvey just to see how injured he is. So let me roll this die and see what we got here. That is a 10. And so Matt Harvey is going to have to come out of the bullpen, out of the game. And that's a tough break for him. But it might just be the break that Cincinnati needed to get their season and this game out of the dumpster. Matt Harvey is injured for the remainder of the game, plus 2 games. And that's a shame, because I wasn't saying anything about it before, but if you look at it, he had sat down 15 straight with 6 strikeouts. So that was about the best chance that I've had in a long time to try and get a no-hitter. But Matt Harvey has to come out now injured. So that's a shame. And now we got to go to the bullpen here. Try and figure out who can shut them down. And hey, Al, I see that Al has just jumped into the stream. You missed a pretty eventful game so far. Matt Harvey was pitching a no-hitter, but in his last at bat, flied out to left field and came up lame and is having to be pulled out of the game. So let me look at the bullpen for Arizona. See who we can bring into the game. So we've got some long relievers here. It's the 6th inning, going into the top of the 6th inning. So I guess we don't need a long reliever. We could go get let's see here. We've got Ryan Weber that is an option. No. Ruben Tepera. We might do that guy. Just to get us through. Ryan Tepera, not Ruben. We'll do Ryan Tepera. Hey Steve, how you doing? Welcome to the channel. Steve and Al joining us here live on the RNGIDP channel. And yeah, it's a tough break for Arizona, who, I mean, Matt Harvey was dealing. There was, if you look at that, he had the look of a guy that was going for the no-hitter. So now Ryan Tepera will take over. Just hoping to get Harvey the win now. Harvey went 5 innings, no hits, no runs, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts, no walks. Pretty clean. All right, here we go. So, Tejada against Tepera in the top of the 6th. And we continue here. This is a 2-11. A 2-11 is a single chance, ballpark single chance for the righty. It's a 1-11, and that's a 1. So Tepera gives up a hit right off the bat to Tejada. And that's not what they were looking for. Jerry Sands now. Jerry Sands is a D bunter, a 1-12 runner. Is it too early to sacrifice? Steve, no, I've never had a no-hitter. There was a one-hitter earlier in the series, and I can't remember who it was, but that one was, I think it was into the 8th inning, and I think that's about as close as I've ever gotten in my life to a no-hitter. So, yeah, Al, I just saw your comment now, and it's already too late to get that combined no-hitter. Tejada blew that one right out of the bat. So, here we go. 4-8. 4-8 is a double chance. 1-6, it's a double. And it's a 15, so it's a fly out to center. And Tejada can't advance. So, Tyson Ross, who's not pitching that bad himself, here in the 6th, with a man on, do they pull Tejada? Do they pull Tyson Ross to try and take the lead here with a man on? Let me check the bullpen to see who we got. Their bullpen is pretty decent. All right, so he's only faced 18 batters. He's given up 2 hits. He's a pretty decent hitter himself. So I think they're gonna let Tyson Ross hit here. They've got some big bats on the bench. So they're gonna be double guessed here, but we'll see how this goes. That's a 2-7. A 2-7. And the pitcher is going to help himself. That's a single. It's 2 stars for the pitcher, Ross. And Tejada moves all the way over to third off the single from Tyson Ross. And now Ryan Tepera is in some trouble because you got a guy, Billy Hamilton, that you're not going to double up. So I wonder if they're going to stick with Tepera here. And let me check the book again. Hamilton is a switch hitter. They're going to stick with Tepera for now. And Al, that's cool that you had a no-hitter. Out of the Park Baseball 18, you had a no-hitter with Phil Niekro. I've played a ton of video game baseball in my life, and I've played, a fair amount of Strat baseball in my life, and I've only had one no-hitter, and that was in, I think it was MLB 2K1 or something like that on Dreamcast, and that was with Pedro Martinez. So Billy Hamilton here, the infield is going to be in. They're not expecting to get a double play for Billy Hamilton. So that's a 110, and that is a ballpark single chance. That's a 1-11, and it's a 5, so it's a single. So that's going to bring home a run. Billy Hamilton struck out twice against Matt Harvey, but is able to break through here and score the tying run with Ruben Tejada. Tyson Ross moves over to second base, clogging the base paths for the speedster Billy Hamilton. And now I think they are going to go get Tejada, or not Tejada. I keep calling him Tejada. Tepera. I think they're going to bring out the lefty. And the lefty is Alex Torres. They've only got one lefty in the bullpen. No, I take that back. They've got two. Dan Jennings is there too, but they don't have many. But they got to use them now to get out of this. And so Tepera is going to have to explain to Matt Harvey later what happened. And I think I lost you guys for a second, but I'm back now, so sorry about the interruption there. But Tepera, apparently what happened is he went to the dugout where Matt Harvey was, and Matt Harvey punched out the camera. We'll say that happened. So, all right, Alex Torres. Tepera went a third of an inning, giving up 3 hits, no strikeouts, no walks, and the book is still out there for him. Do I ever play different eras against you? No, I don't have the cards. I don't have the cards that for all the different eras. With cards and dice, it gets kind of pricey to stack up different sets. So no, I don't have a lot of the cards. I've got a lot of the current cards, the current sets. All right. This is a 6-5 to Ichiro, and that is a 6-5 is a normal home run against lefties, and Ichiro is, oh man, he is a normal power against lefties. So Ichiro just goes ahead and just hits a bomb here, a 3-run bomb. And okay, that's one way to do it. Ichiro, not known for the home run, but bring in the lefty to face the lefty and just gives up a straight bomb. Don't even have to roll for it. So that one was smoked. And Matt Harvey is going to have some anger. He's going to have some anger issues. Oh, hey, Steve. So Steve is Steve's on Twitter, too. So I'm happy to have you here, too, Steve. Appreciate you. Appreciate all the comments you give me on Twitter. Appreciate that. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Ichiro kind of shocked everybody. Shocked me, for sure. I wasn't expecting a home run or anything for him. So 6-4. Actually, this is a right-handed batter with Walker, and that's a strikeout. So Torres gets a strikeout. That's the second out of the inning. And now David Ortiz is up against the lefty. but we saw that didn't matter much last time. And this is a ballpark single chance, and that's an 11, so that's a single. Torres isn't fooling anybody. And David Freese now against the lefty. 5-10, and that's a shortstop chance. A shortstop Pennington, and that's a 5, so I have a feeling this is not going to be good. Pennington is a shortstop 2, and let's see what that is. Shortstop 2, a 5 is a, oh, it is. It's a grounder to short, ground ball C. So Torres is able to get out of it without any more damage, but already has given up enough. So that is the end of the 6th inning. Cincinnati, their bats finally awoke, and they put up a 4 spot here in the 6th. And I'm kind of shocked at Ichiro. I'm still kind of thinking about that. Not even a, I guess it was off the pitcher's card, so it wasn't, you know, too crazy, but you know, a straight normal home run without even having to roll for it. It's kind of crazy. So Tepera, will close the book on him. Gave up 3 runs, all earned in a third of an inning, and that's going to hurt his ERA. All right, so Tyson Ross, who got that rally started with a single, helped himself out. Goes after Gregor Blanco here. 3-5, and that's a single chance, but only a 1-to-1, and that's not going to do it. That's a line out to second. So Blanco 0 for 3 today, leading off the lineup. Not a good day for him so far. Paul Goldschmidt is taking his chance. This is a 6-10, and that's a grounder to shortstop. So Cincinnati has a little spark in them now, a little life in those legs. They feel it. They can feel it. They're only a few outs away from getting a win, snapping their 7-game losing streak. And this is a 6-2 to Brian Dozier, and that's a fly out to left. So Tyson Ross rewards his manager's confidence in him at the plate and goes out and puts a quick 1-2-3 inning out in the 6th. And we continue here, but Alex Torres is probably not, we're not going to let him pitch anymore here. So it's time to go get let's see, who can we get? I believe we're going to get Dan Jennings. Nah, he's a lefty. Let's get Ryan Matthias. Out of the Park Baseball 18 is on sale for $20, huh? That sounds pretty cool. I'm not much of a computer guy. I play MLB on Xbox, but I haven't played it for a few years. All right, so Matthias is going to take over. He's a righty. Torres went 2/3 of an inning. Gave up 2 hits, 1 run, struck out a batter, and didn't walk anybody. All right, so here we go. Ryan Matthias. Yeah, you're right. There is a long way to go for Cincinnati. And the past, I think 3 of the 4 games I've played on this channel have had blown saves, so there is a long way to go. 2-7, and there we go. There's a single. Blake Swihart leads off the inning with a single. And the bullpen for Arizona is just not helping them. This is a 5-3. 5-3 is a left field X. The left fielder is Sands. Sands is a Oh, I'm sorry. That's Cincinnati's left fielder. The left fielder for Arizona is Gregor Blanco. And Gregor Blanco is a #1 rated range left fielder, and that is a fly ball, just a fly out to left. For the first out here in the top of the 7th. Jerry Sands now, Cincinnati's left fielder, is up. This is a 2-10. A 2-10 is a single. And Swihart is a catcher, so I assume, yeah, he's not a great runner, so he's going to stop at second. And now Tyson Ross is up again. But I think, well, he's been pitching really well. You know what? Cincinnati, they've had some issues with the bullpen. And so they're going to let Tyson Ross, as long as he's dealing, go as far as he can. So this is there's two men on. This is a 1-9. A 1-9 is a ground ball shortstop A++. And so this will end the inning with a 6-4-3. Probably should have had Ross bunt there if I was thinking about it. But on the other hand, they may not have wanted to expose him to any injury, as they're as close as they've been in a long time to putting one away. They just said, go out there and throw your bat at it. All right, so Ross makes the third out there, bottom of the 7th. The 7th inning stretch. Go ahead and sing at home. I'll save your ears by not doing that. I'm going to have to check out that OOTB there, Steve. I know, or Al, I've seen you playing it on your channel, and I've checked it out. It looks pretty cool. And I like your commentary, too. You get into it. It sounds really cool. So, Logan Forsythe, that's a 3-7. Logan Forsythe with a leadoff single at the bottom of the 7th. So, yeah, this one is not over yet. Jorge Soler. Jorge Soler, this is a 3-10. 3-10 is a single. Uh-oh. Tyson Ross's arm might be getting a little tired. This is 2 straight hits. And now Tyler Flowers, the man who's gotten to Ross earlier in the 2nd inning with the home run, comes up to bat. So they're going to go to the mound and take a visit. Blake Swihart telling Ross to calm down. Let's get this one going. All right, so Tyler Flowers is up, and it's a 2-11. 2-11, and Flowers might have done it again. That's a home run chance. Flowers is a righty. That's a 1-7 chance for a home run that would tie the ball game. And that is a 6. Tyler Flowers with his 2nd home run, and Cincinnati fans are dejected. The tying home run from Tyler Flowers. Tyson Ross, they put their faith in him probably a little too much. He couldn't bring it home. And that's a 3-run shot for Tyler Flowers. Nobody out here either in the bottom of the 7th. And Flowers now has 4 ribbies on the game. And as much as they wanted to let Tyson Ross just go for it and get the win, they may have to pull him. But that Cincinnati bullpen is rough. So, all right, you know what? They're going to go and get him and get the lefty. The lefty, they've got one lefty in their bullpen, and that is Randy Choate. Randy choked. So Ross, I feel bad for Ross. I probably made a bad decision. Grounded into a double play in his last at bat and then just gets torched. So that's on the manager. Cincinnati's manager's in a slump as well. Randy Choate takes over. So Ross went 6 innings. Gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits. 4 runs, all earned. Struck out 3. And walked 2. And now Randy Choate gets Sam Fold. 3. Oh, this is against a lefty. 3-5 is, of course, it's a walk. So Randy Choate, the lefty, comes in and walks the lefty that he's supposed to get out. And now Cliff Pennington, the switch hitter, is up. And that's a 5-8. 5-8 is a grounder to second. Neil Walker scoops it. Neil Walker is a 3-range second baseman. And that is a grounder to second, and he turns the double play. So a 4-6-3 double play. So Choate escapes his own trouble. And now there's 2 down. And they will pinch hit for Ryan Matthias. And they are going to pinch hit with Carlos Sanchez, the second baseman. So Carlos Sanchez will pinch hit for the pitcher Ryan Matthias. The switch hitter. All right, so 2 down here, bottom of the 7th. Carlos Sanchez is up, and that's a 2-7. That's a single chance, 1-3, and that's a 9. So that is a line out to shortstop. So Choate comes in and actually does a decent job, and ends the inning after Tyson Ross gave up 3 runs to start the inning without an out. And Choate comes in and shuts it down. And it's now a 4-4 ball game. So it's essentially a two inning ball game that we have here, and we need a new pitcher. The dice gods have not been good to the Reds. That is true. This will be this could be a turning point for them, though. If they can grab a win here, they'll have some good momentum, some good feelings, and Arizona is going to go grab their best reliever just to keep this right where it's at. So Sam Dyson is going to come out of the pen. Actually, no. You got Billy Hamilton, Ichiro, and Walker, who are both switch hitters, and then a lefty. So they're going to get Dan Jennings. If anything happens, they'll go get Dyson. So lefty Dan Jennings. That's what he's there to do, is get the lefties. So the book can close on Matthias. He went an inning, gave up 2 hits, no runs, no earned runs, and no strikeouts, no walks. Okay. So Dan Jennings comes on, and Billy Hamilton singled his last time up. 2 strikeouts on the day, 1 for 3. It's a 4-5, and that is a grounder to the shortstop. That's a grounder to Pennington, and Pennington is a 2-rated shortstop. So 216 is a grounded ball A. So Pennington snags it up and makes the quick throw to get Billy Hamilton for the first out of the 8th inning. This is Ichiro is up, who just hit that 3-run bomb, and I don't think Dan Jennings wants any of him, so he walks Ichiro. Ichiro is on first. He's a B stealer. I don't know if we ever checked Tyler Flowers' steal rating here, his arm rating. He's a 0, so it'd be a 1 to 10 chance that Ichiro could make it to second. So 1 to 10, because it's a 1 to 13. They're gonna hold him. So yeah, 1 to 10 chance. Ichiro, he's feeling a little feisty after hitting that 3-run homer. So he's gonna take off. And this is a 17, and Tyler Flowers, the man of the hour, cuts him down trying to steal second base. So Neil Walker now had to watch that. Got nobody on. It's a 5-10, and that's a ballpark single chance. 1 to 11, and it's a 12. So that would be a line out to second. So lots of action there in the top of the 8th, but nothing to come of it for Cincinnati. Ichiro thought he was he thought he would check his heat rating there to see if he can make it. Couldn't. So here we go, bottom of the 8th, and Randy Choate, the lefty, still out there. Out there to probably try and get Gregor Blanco. This will probably be the last guy. 1-5, and that's a strikeout. So he got his man. That's the first strikeout and the first out of the game, the inning. And now Paul Goldschmidt. Now here's the big boys for Arizona. And I believe they're going to go to the bullpen and go to the righty. Kelvin Herrera. Yeah, I don't think I'm really normally that aggressive. The guys in the live chat are talking about Ichiro trying to attempt to steal there. It's a 1 to 10 chance, so 50-50. And I'm trying to play it as if it was kind of semi-quote real life. I mean, he shouldn't have hit that home run, so he had to be feeling good. So maybe he got a little red-brained and just decided to go for it. But I don't think it was egregious by any means to send him there. 1-3 or 1.3 innings for Choate. No hits, no runs, no earned runs, 1 strikeout, and a walk. So Kelvin Herrera here takes over. And Kelvin Herrera will pitch to Paul Goldschmidt. So this is a 5-5, and oh no, 5-5. 1 to 5 is a normal home run, which we know Goldschmidt is normal home run, and a double 6 to 20. And this one is hit deep and gone. Paul Goldschmidt rips that one to center field, and it is out of here. Goldschmidt coming up clutch. And just like that, Cincinnati has to be thinking, not again. But the heart of the lineup for Arizona coming through. And now Brian Dozier. And the fans are giving Goldschmidt a curtain call. And he tips his hat, comes up to the top step, tips his hat. So 5-11. This is a right field chance. This one is back. Ichiro is back there. Ichiro is the 2-ranged right fielder, and that is going to be an out. Ichiro makes the play for the first out of the inning. Logan Forsythe now against Kelvin Herrera. 6-4. That one is to the shortstop, Tejada. Tejada, that's an 8. Ruben Tejada is a 3-range shortstop, and that's an 8. So that's going to go to his error rating. He's an E12, and that's an 11, so that may not be good. E12 and 11 is a 1-base error. So an E6, and Forsythe is aboard. So Forsythe is aboard for Soler, and Herrera just probably wants to get out of this inning as bad as he can. Yeah, Goldschmidt comes up gold. 5-7. Herrera picks up his shortstop, strikes out Jorge Soler. His first strikeout of the game, and that is the third out of the inning. I almost forgot that Choate got the first out there, and I almost I almost kept going. All right, so that is the end of the 8th. Goldschmidt comes up big with the solo shot, and now Arizona can bring in their closer and try and close this one out. So their closer is Randall Delgado. And let me check the stats on Delgado, because I feel like he's blown a save or two. Maybe. Delgado, their closer, has gone 2 2/3 innings. He's got 2 saves on the season. He's given up 6 hits, though, and 2 earned runs with 4 strikeouts and 3 walks. So Delgado can be had, and there's still a chance for Cincinnati. They've got the heart of their lineup, and they've got some good bats on the bench, too. So this one's not over yet. Dan Jennings did his job. He went an inning. He gave up no hits, no runs, struck out none, but did walk a batter. And now Randall Delgado, the closer, looks to shut this down. What started out with a no-hitter through 5 with Matt Harvey, that seems like an age ago, and he got injured at the plate in the bottom of the 5th, had to come out. So here we go. David Ortiz against Randall Delgado. Cincinnati riding a 7-game losing streak, only down by a run. Feeling like they're in a similar position to last week, or to last game. Last game they lost by 1 run to LA. 3-6, and that is a 1-7 single chance. And that's a single, so David Ortiz gets aboard. And they're going to pinch run for David Ortiz. So let's see. Our bench has Hanser Alberto, Tyler Moore, Andres Blanco, Delman Young, Justin Bauer, and Cole Gillespie. And Cole Gillespie is a 1-14 runner, but only a C stealer. That's about as good as we're going to do. So Cole Gillespie is going to pinch run for David Ortiz, looking to get some speed on board. So he's a righty. Cole Gillespie. Hope I'm saying that right. I know there's a Gillespie and a Gillespie, and I think this is the Gillespie. Tell me if I'm wrong. Is that the Gillespie or the Gillespie? One of those. It'll only matter if he can score. All right, so David Freese is up with Cole Gillespie at first. David Freese is a C hit and runner. He does have a on his card, he does have that 7 that is a ground ball shortstop A. So that kind of makes me want to hit and run. Bunt. Well, he's not a very good bunter. Gillespie is only a C stealer, but if he misses the pitch, Flowers is a 0, so it'd be a 1 to 10 chance anyway. So yeah, David Freese is going to hit and run here. David Freese is going to hit and run. This is a 6. He is going to be a B hit and run with the batter being held, or the runner being held. And this is a B6. Ground out to second, runners advance 1 base. All right, so Freese did his job. He grounds out to second, but the runner advances. And so now Blake Swihart is up. And so I only have 2 catchers on most rosters. And with Travis d'Arnaud being injured, they really can't pinch hit for Swihart here. I would love to be able to pinch hit for Swihart here to get a bigger bat out, but in order to be true to the rosters, I feel like I can't. So Swihart is going to hit. He's got a man on second. We'll see if he can drive him in. 3, 9, and no, it's a strikeout. So that's the first strikeout for Delgado. Second out of the 9th inning. And Ruben Tejada is up, but they're going to go to their bullpen, or to their dugout, and bring out the pinch hitter, the big bat of Justin Bour, isn't it? The lefty, Justin Bour, is going to pinch hit. All right, so the big bat, Justin Bour, against the closer, Randall Delgado. 2 outs, top of the 9th. 4-11 is a single chance. That's a 1-11 single chance. And, oh, would you look at that? It just isn't Cincinnati. It's just not working for Cincinnati, is it? That's a line out to second. That would have scored the run. That would have scored the run because Gillespie is a 1-14 runner. And it was a 1-11, and that's what was rolled. A 12. And I actually feel a little bit bad. I actually feel a little bit bad for Cincinnati. But that's the ball game. That's this game we play. And the hero, as it should be, is Paul Goldschmidt. So this one is a final. So Cincinnati thought they had this one won. They were up 4-1 going into the 7th. A 3-run spot by Arizona, and in the 7th to tie it, and then another solo shot by Goldschmidt in the 8th to win it. Well, this has been fun. Thanks, Steve and Al. You guys have been fun to chat with during this. I'm gonna have to check out Out of the Park Baseball, and I appreciate you guys for joining me. If you're watching this after the fact, please give me a like, give me a thumbs up if you're appreciative of this channel, and thank you very much. So I'll draw this happy face, and thanks for joining me here. Appreciate you. Until next time, catch me on Twitter at RNGIDP_Strat.